Hey, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Listen Closely. My name is Elle, and I'm your host. Today, I want to talk about this concept that I learned about years ago. I think I learned about it years ago in an education course I was taking. And I guess when I was younger, I just assumed that everybody else knew this information. I didn't know it was a little secret that everybody wasn't being taught. So I had this language for a long time, but now that I'm older, I can actually see how valuable that conversation was and how it really applies to everyday life. I want to talk to you about the concept that can have a major impact in our lives, whether we're aware of it or not. The difference between having a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. So imagine this. You find yourself in the ocean of life, navigating the rocky waters of a difficult time. It feels as though the weight of the world is pressing down on you, threatening to pull you beneath the surface. In this moment, you have a choice: to sink or to swim. Sinking symbolizes the fixed mindset, the belief that you are bound by your circumstances, unable to rise above the challenges that surround you. It's like being weighted down by an anchor, dragging you deeper into the water to drown. The weight of self-doubt, fear, and negativity can be overwhelming. It can suffocate you. As the water closes in around you, you surrender to defeat and allow the waves to consume you. You don't have a fight in you. But even in chaos, there is always another option: to swim. Swimming represents the growth mindset, the unwavering belief in your own ability to overcome, to learn and grow. It's like digging deep within yourself to find your own inner strength and kicking your legs, pushing yourself forward against the rise, against the rough waters. Yeah, the waves are still going to come crashing around you. There might even be sharks in the water. You might get stung by a jellyfish or two on your battle, on your journey, but you refuse to be defeated. With each stroke, you become more resilient, more determined to rise above the challenges that threaten to take you down. And that's the difference between your mindset, the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. Before we dive into this, I want to define 4 important words to you. I actually have a few of these words up on the walls in my classroom. The first word is mindset. I've used it already, but what does it even mean? Some people don't know, so I want to define these things. Mindset is a set of beliefs or attitudes that shape one's thinking and behavior. Your mindset shapes your thinking and your behavior. The second word I want to define for you is adversity. We may hear this around casually, but what does it mean? There is a word for this thing that we have all experienced. The third word I want to define for you is perseverance. Perseverance is the steadfast effort to overcome challenges and achieve goals. The fourth word is resilient. Another key word. Being resilient is the ability to bounce back and adapt in the face of adversity. Do I have it? Right? And as we're identifying these words, you're going to realize that's me. I'm like that. I have perseverance. I have resilience. I bounce back from everything I've been through. Or you're going to realize I'm lacking that. and maybe that's why I'm struggling. So we talked about sinking and swimming. I wanted to paint a clear picture for you to see what it looks like in action. We have all experienced the heavy burdens of wanting to sink and feeling like we had no other option, nothing left to give to push forward. A fixed mindset is harmful to our personal growth. A fixed mindset is like an anchor weighing us down. It's the belief that our abilities, our intelligence, and talents are fixed traits, predetermined from birth. We might think, I am who I am and I can't change. I've always been this way. This mindset locks us in. It limits our potential and stops our dreams from becoming more than just a fantasy. We've discussed limiting potential in a previous episode. You might want to revisit that, because limiting beliefs and having a fixed mindset really shapes us. It's a big deal. Now, on the other hand, a growth mindset is limitless. It's the belief that we can develop our abilities and our intelligence through effort, learning, and pushing forward. We think, I may not be there yet, but I can get better with practice and some time. It's all about embracing a challenge, seeing each failure as an opportunity to learn and put in the hard work to achieve our goals. This way of thinking changes our outcomes and our outlook. Studies have shown that people with a growth mindset are more likely to achieve their goals and overcome challenges. They view failure not as a dead end, but as a detour leading to lessons to grow from. By embracing challenges, we become resilient. We make setbacks into lessons. In all honesty, when you fail enough times, you know how to bounce back with ease. You don't stay stuck and lay down and die. A person who is resilient finds a way to make a way. That's their only option. They don't crumble when their back is against the wall. I found this quote by Thomas Edison. He said, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset embodies the essence of a growth mindset. We need to use our failures as fuel. We have to realize we can get through our hard times. If you don't believe in you, who else is going to? Think about it this way. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble, you're going to scrape your knees. Even with relationships, sometimes you're going to get hurt. You're going to have highs and lows. You might get beat down in this one, but that doesn't mean that this is the end of the road. This is a moment in your journey. But with a growth mindset, you understand that it is part of the learning process, and no one is perfect from the start. A person with a growth mindset does not give up. They get back up, they dust themselves off, and they learn from their mistakes, and they keep moving forward towards success. What is it that gets us stuck in a fixed mindset? If this is you and you're wondering, how did I wind up here? How did I wind up here? Two of the biggest things that limit us and anchor us to this way of thinking is fear and self-doubt. That's how you got here. Fear and doubt do not have to control us. We have the power right here inside of us to overcome them. We can beat this thing that is keeping us locked up and afraid and stuck in a box. We can beat it if we try. Fear is a natural response to the unknown. It's that voice in our head that whispers, "What if I fail?" Or, "What will others think? What if I'm not good enough? What if they don't like me?" That little voice in the back of your head, stop it. Stop it. It's not helping. It's the discomfort that we feel when we step outside of our comfort zones. But fear is not a signal to give up. It's an invitation to level up. It's a sign that we have a chance to do something great, something big, something powerful, to level up. Think about what's on the other side of that fear when you're successful. How good does that feel? To overcome fear, we have to acknowledge it. We have to face it head on and understand that it's a normal part of the journey. Embrace the discomfort. It's a sign that you are pushing yourself beyond your limits. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's taking action despite that fear. Just imagine how good it feels to do the thing that has always scared you, the thing that you never thought was possible. Imagine. Your next step is to challenge your negative thoughts that are fueling that doubt. Doubt might whisper to you, "You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes." But these thoughts are illusions. That's not real. Born out of our insecurities and past experiences is that doubt, that self-doubt, those negative gems that are being dropped in the back of your head every day. Sometimes that voice of doubt isn't even your own. It's been planted there, a seed in your mind, by an unsupportive family member, by a friend, right? Anyone telling you to walk in fear and not faith is probably living in fear themselves. We have to acknowledge our fear and acknowledge our doubt, and then shut that voice down. Combat it with positive words and affirm yourself. Affirm yourself that you are good, that you are kind, that you can do the thing. Don't let that voice get too loud. If we spend our lives being afraid and doubting ourselves, imagine how long it would take for you to really start living. How long would it take to start making your goals, let alone accomplishing them? It's not easy. But in this moment, right now, I want you to realize that you don't want this to be you. Do it scared. There's reward in risk-taking. There's a sense of pride and accomplishment that comes from following through. Even if you get cuts and scrapes along the way, it's okay to get bruised, but it's not okay to quit on yourself. At what point in our life do we decide enough is enough? What does it take to make us stop living in fear? If we don't break our fixed mindset now, then when? Okay, Elle, you got me. You're making me think. I'm realizing I have a fixed mindset. So now what? What do I do with this information? There's a way. I'm going to give you a few strategies to overcome fear. That's a start. When you know what you can do, you can choose another option when the scenario comes up. When those battles come to your footstep and you attempt to do the thing that you've always done, I'm giving you another option, I'm planting a different seed in your mind to do something different. There are many strategies to overcome fear, but here are just a few. First, you have to identify the fear and its root. Where did that come from? Where did you get that from? Why is this here? And where did it start? Then you need to educate yourself about that fear. Go seek the knowledge, get the information for yourself. When you realize you have a fear of rejection, now I'm aware of it. Now what? Go find the information, get yourself some help. Give yourself more tools to put in your toolbox, because no one knows everything, but help is out there. When you realize you have a fear of commitment, where did that come from? How did that start? But now that I have identified it, and I know that this is real, this is something that I battle with every day, I'm going to go look and find the information on how do I fix that? How do I heal that wound? Because it's here and it's stopping me from living a better life. Another strategy is to challenge your negative thoughts and belief. When you hear that thing, that nasty little demon in the back of your head telling you you can't, telling you that you're not good enough, telling you that you will never be something, challenge it. Check that thought. Tell yourself, yes, I can, and I'm willing to try. I might not be great, but I'm willing to try, and I will get better with all of my effort. You challenge that voice in the back of your head, those negative thoughts that you have. Don't just let them run rampant in your mind. You have to stop them. Actively choose to stop it right now. You can practice relaxation techniques. Meditate, get some yoga in you, sit in the quiet for a moment. It's more beneficial than we may realize. And another thing you can do is gradually expose yourself to the fear. Do it scared. Little by little. You don't have to do the most drastic fear that you have and jump off jumping on a moving plane, right? But if you know you have a fear of public speaking, find a reason to do it, just a little bit, a sentence or two here and there, and watch you break that fear little by little. You're going to etch away at it the more that you expose yourself to it, the more that you try. Do not give up on you. You have to seek support from others. Like I said, read the book, follow the podcast, get a journal, get a therapist, follow a YouTube channel, anything, but do not give up on you. Get the support that you need, because a man who thinks he's wise is a fool. A man who thinks he's wise and knows it all himself is a damn fool. We need support. We need counsel. We need help from the outside sources, whether it's spiritually, whether it's emotionally, mentally. We can't do it on our own. Set small, achievable goals. The more you start to do and you realize, I can do the thing. I am good at that. I can do this. The more you're willing to try. It's okay to fail sometimes, but you keep setting those goals and you keep accomplishing them, and watch your confidence lift and go through the roof. Because now you know and you have proved to yourself, yes, I can. Start using positive affirmations. Put them on sticky notes all around your house. Do what you need to do. Get the book, color it in. They have those adult coloring books now where you can color in your positive affirmations. Say it when you wake up. Say it when you go to bed. Say it to your dog. Say it to your kids. Say it to your best friend. Say it to yourself in the mirror. But you need those positive words for self. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is to embrace every failure as a learning opportunity. And failing won't hurt so bad. So how can we develop a growth mindset? Not only do you have to overcome your fears, But let's shift our focus from seeking validation to desiring to grow. It's not about proving yourself. It's about pushing yourself to your next level. Instead of saying, I can't do it, try saying, I can't do it yet, but I can learn. I can't do that yet, but I'm willing to try. I'm willing to do the work to get better. Here's some reasons that you want to embrace challenge. You're going to grow. The more you embrace challenges and you push yourself outside of your comfort zone, you give yourself an opportunity to grow and develop new experiences, new skills, and there's so much value in that. You learn to be resilient. You develop resiliency. When you have all those ups and downs and you keep pushing forward and you don't give up, you become mentally tough. You get some grit, right? You get a backbone. You know, I can get through. If I got through that, I can get through anything. There's confidence in that. I've been through it all, and I know this next thing is not going to keep me down. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bruh. If I could get through all of these other things, watch me get through this. I've seen worse. Embracing challenges leads to self-discovery. You start learning your strengths, your weaknesses, what you're passionate about. It's a part of reflection. There's a sense of achievement and success when you start embracing challenges and completing the task, right? One of my first episodes, I was like, I think I want to start a podcast, but I really don't know. I'm unsure. What if no one listens? What if I'm not smart enough? I don't know how to use this tech stuff. I'm not good at this. I don't know what to do. And here we are. How many episodes later? There's a sense of achievement that comes from me picking up this microphone and doing the thing I said I wanted to do. And I did it scared. Right? We experience a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment when we complete our tasks, when we get the job done. You push your own boundaries, right? Whatever those limitations that were seated in your mind, you're pushing yourself. You are pushing past those. You unlock you. You unlock the version of you never even knew existed, that you couldn't imagine could be real when you push yourself there. You have to also surround yourself with people who are like this. You have to seek them out. People who think this way, who know they can be more, know they can do. They're a positive influence on you. And don't forget to celebrate your progress. We are constantly works in progress. We are not fully developed until the end. We are growing. You have to take time to reflect on how far you have come and recognize those achievements, big and small. Keep putting that word yet into your vocabulary. Say, I can't do this yet. Right? Watch that self-talk we talked about, those negative things that we want to say to ourselves. Stop it. Stop it right now. Replace that self-defeating self-abuse that you may do. Cut that out. Affirm yourself. You also have to be open to feedback. When people give you feedback, again, there's room to grow. You're not perfect. No one's perfect. And those are just a few ways of how do you intentionally develop a growth mindset. It's a conscious effort. You have to be committed to it. People are not born with these skills. They're either poured into from young and developed and groomed to be this way, or it's completely missing from your self-talk, from your mind. You may not even know that it's a thing that you have or that you're lacking. If you don't have the verbiage, you don't have the words to call it. Now that you have the words to call it what it is, say it. Recognize, damn, I have a fixed mindset and I need to take these steps to be a little bit better. Now, if you have a growth mindset, that's a beautiful thing. Intentionally pour it into others. Intentionally check others when they are saying things that are showing their fixed mindset. Tell them to cut it out. You have to do better. It's possible. In conclusion, this episode focused on the importance of embracing challenge and building a growth mindset. We explored how challenges make opportunities for personal growth, building resiliency, finding yourself, and learning. When we push beyond our limitations and allow ourselves the grace to try and to fail, we are still moving forward. But you have to be intentional about this. This doesn't happen on accident. By developing a growth mindset, we unlock our potential. We persevere through the most difficult battles, and we become people who can thrive in challenge. You have to remember the path to greatness is paved with challenge. And that's how we really grow. But one thing I want you to remember is you have a choice in whether you sink or swim. And it's all about your mindset. So one piece of advice from me to you is when you feel like you are sinking and that heaviness gets too much to bear and you haven't learned how to swim on your own, I want you to float. F-L-O-A-T. Float. Focus. Keep your attention directed at your goals. Learn. Never stop learning. Overcome. Be determined to overcome your obstacles. Adapt. Be flexible and adapt to all of these changing circumstances and situations. Trust. Have faith in yourself and trust in your abilities to do and be good. Using the acronym FLOAT, we can remind ourselves of these things daily until we learn how to swim on our own. Thank you so much for listening. Again, my name is Elle, and this is the Listen Closely podcast. Take care.